Welcome back everyone to a new video on the Alien Algo channel. My excuse for the little delay on the daily market outlook had to do some things early into the day. But without more having said, let's go straight into it and start with what did I expect and how did I manage it. This video will be a little bit longer today because I'll start with a little lesson on risk management and how to confirm a deviation, of course. Okay, so what is a deviation made of? We simply have some sort of price action where let's make it a little more clear. We have some sort of price action, usually some sort of range, and we move up. We do something like this, and then we rate all the lows, making what is known as a liquidity sweep. To confirm this, we need a reclaim and a retest. The retest doesn't always happen, but the reclaim is vital. And this little point, so let's say we start doing something like here, like this, where new people get into longs expecting a continuation. Stop losses will be set here, and the people that are already into some longs have their stops right here. So this part needs to be aggressive to move down to liquidate or stop most people out. The second part that needs to be aggressive is the reclaim. And if we don't see a reclaim, we close it. Quite simple. Or we close it partially, like I did today. Well, just today. So here we go. With this part needs to be aggressive. So now that I've explained this concept, how did I manage it? Because I was on the wrong side. And unlike most traders, I'm ready to admit. So what did I expect? I expected the weekly open to become a deviation where we simply take out all these lows, we reclaim it, and we simply go back up. So with the reclaim, it needs to be aggressive, and we need a reclaim to confirm the deviation. So the time frame I like the most is simply the 30-minute for this. So I positioned myself long right here at 105.08, and I didn't see the reclaim right here. Even worse, I saw multiple rejections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, showing some sort of weakness. So when we broke below this, I closed partially. I only closed 30% because of course there always was the chance of us doing something like this and ending up reclaiming a level still. So knowing I closed 30% here, my stop still was sitting right here. From this, I did expect it to keep going up, so I didn't close and I had my stop right here. Here, I got stopped out. So, I was wrong on this trade. Okay, my bad. The best loser wins. I don't care. Because of risk management, I took 30% off. And here, I only got stopped out for a small percentage loss. Since I took some profits already right here, I still made money. It was a very tiny amount, but I didn't lose. I was on the wrong side, but I still won. Quite weird. This is due to risk management. And we ended up taking the low right here. And why? Trump, of course, did some tariff shit where this dump happened on the New York Open, which already seems to be reversing. But we do have to be on the cautious side, because this is a thing I don't like. What is happening here? If we simply look at this, this is just a breakdown retest. Because a deviation can simply turn into a break if it doesn't reclaim. This would be the deviation, and this is just simple a breakdown retest. So, with that in mind, we have a new possible deviation, which seems to fail. So with this, I do think we either get back into here, and elsewhere we see this. Looks painful, but there is a big chance of this happening. So what do we want to see? We simply need to hold this level and reclaim this in order to be bullish, because we want to see the highs break. And if we do something like this, what we are looking to do right now, of course not confirmed, but this simply seems to be another breakdown retest of these previous lows. So this is your vital area to reclaim this far. So with that being said, let's get into the higher time frame. This of course is just an illustration, but this can still be the possibility where we simply see this pattern just a little bit deeper. So let's look at the trend scanner for now. I'll simply use this one, so most people can also use it. Let's use this one because I've seen a lot of people use this one. So I don't want this EMA. Okay, we're not using this one. I'm unable to change the settings. So, okay, these aren't the ones, so I quickly need to change them. I'll use these, and it is made of the 12 EMA and the 21 EMA. As you can see right here on the daily, it flipped here, got retested, ran, retested again, continued up, retested again, and continued up. This, if these cross, I'm not really happy for the markets in general, but this would give an opportunity to short it down even deeper, maybe towards this area, if this is given. But the thing I expect is we simply hold this EMAs. There is of course a big chance of going into that 102k before reversing up, but if that happens, it will most likely not cross, unless that 102 also breaks. But the scenario for now I want to be looking at is either we reclaim this little zone. So let's get back into the 30 minutes for that. So reclaim this zone. Seemed like we're unable to do so as of now, and otherwise we will most likely see that 102k area. So now that we have had Bitcoin, the asset I am more bullish on, of course, is ETH. If we simply look at it on a relative base, and I remove all the drawings, removing all the noise, and we simply go from 1 to 2, what do we see? Bitcoin took out these lows right here. Now, let's keep the cursor at the exact same point and look at ETH. So for ETH, that would correlate to right here, which we didn't sweep. So ETH is still the stronger pair, even on this dump. So I'm still keeping my eyes on ETH, but we do have to be cautious because both of them just aren't looking good. And the same simply goes for the S&P. If we zoom out a little further, this is just either more chop or a rejection. Quite simple. So if we look at the scanner here as well, sitting at it right here, which makes this area a crucial support, and we could see either some small bounce or we break them, and this will flip and we say I short. So let's get back to ETH and fully remove the scanner. As we can see also here it flipped, retested, straight up, retest again, continuation, retest, continuation, retest, continuation. So we are also at the same place, and as you can see, it's sitting right here at that crucial area we were looking at. But the level I want to see hold for ETH is this 0.5 level. Because we know with a range, if we lose the 0.5 level, there's a very big chance of going back to those range lows. And if we hold the 0.5 level, there's a big chance of moving up towards the range highs. So this is your short-term level to hold. And this, of course, is on a daily chart, because if we look at the 4 hour, it can go a little below it and still hold it on the daily. So now we will be zooming in a little bit on ETH. For ETH, it's quite simple. The same case. We want to see it break previous highs right here and hold these lows. And I will be even more aggressive on ETH. I want to see it hold this level. Because if we do, we simply have a sweep, right? So if we go down to here, what do we have on a market structure wise? We simply have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, which wouldn't be that good. Which, if we lose this level, there is a very big chance of us going right to here. And if it's really aggressive, there could be some sort of wick to here where we then go up again. But for now, we shouldn't be maximum bullish here, because simply all general markets look bad. The only one that's looking quite decent is the Dow Jones, which is the industrial part of the stock market. So this doesn't really correlate with the crypto markets. Because if we simply scroll through them, the Nasdaq seems to be recovering, but also quite choppy. And the Dow is also sideways. And of course, Bitcoin unable to reclaim the level on the 30-minute. And the same goes for ETH. So for now, we need to be cautious, and the ETH BTC, to sum it up, as we've already spotted the strength versus weakness on Bitcoin and ETH itself. But the ETH BTC, of course, is leading for most odds, which is currently sitting at that 0.5 level, which I said we want to hold this in the previous video. Because if we lost this, there is almost an immediate chance of going towards that 0.5 level, which is exactly what we did. And for this again, I also like to look at that 30-minute and combine it with a 4 hour. So this far, ETH still seems like the stronger pair, but general markets just look shit. So with that in mind, I do think we have to look more towards the downside first before looking at any other upside. And the crucial point, of course, is right here for the lower time frames. If we reclaim, this will be your next vital area. And simple, if we lose this, I'm quite sure we get this. So, with that having said, I think that should be it. I wanted to keep this a little longer to explain the risk management concept I used earlier today, which made me a winner while I was on the wrong side of the market. So, without all having said, have a nice day, guys, and keep trading, and have a nice weekend. Of course, low volume weekends, so if you don't want to be scalping, just wait for Monday. Quite simple. Goodbye, guys.